This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
What day is this?
Thursday.
Just remember Thursday. Thursday. Can you remember Thursday?
That's some kind of national holiday.
It's just Thursday.
It's just a regular Thursday.
We can spin it and make it into a positive.
How do we put a positive spin on this?
One day closer to death.
Nope, that's wrong.
Nope, negative.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, that's better.
You know what happens here on Friday?
Just get through the day.
Will do. It's showtime.
Making your morning commute suck less.
You're in your car, listening to the radio. Yeah.
This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Thanks for joining us today. It is Thursday. It is October the 10th. One day closer to the weekend. And the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror is going to be open tonight and through Sunday. Let me give you the hours real quick. Tonight, Thursday night, 7 to 10. It's also student discount night, showing a school ID. Get you $5 off price of admission, and that's courtesy of Western Tech. We have extended hours both Friday and Saturday, 7 to midnight. And on Sunday, we're going to be open Sunday, 7 to 10. That's at the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror at 13900 Montana. KLAQ Haunted House of Terror is brought to you by Western Tech, Burnout Bullies, Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, and War Eagles, proudly produced and managed by Desert Warriors Paintball. Good morning, Joanna Barba.
Good morning, Buzz Adams.
Should we... let me hear your arguments, pro and con.
Okay.
Next year, what?
Okay, go ahead.
Next year, should we try and do one of these extreme haunted houses? Have you ever...
the ones where you have to sign like
a waiver?
A waiver at the beginning.
And they can grab you and abduct you and waterboard. I don't know if they can waterboard you.
I think they do waterboard you at one point. What's the name of that place? Like McCamey Manor or something?
Something Manor. Yeah, it's very close what you're saying, if that's not it.
And that guy has been arrested.
Right. It turns out he might have just been a pervert who liked torturing women. But that's not the only one. They have some in other cities where it's like, oh, yeah, we're totally going to...
Right.
We're going to abduct you and throw you in the back of a trunk or something.
Look, I haven't gone to our haunted house. I think I'm going to go this weekend.
Oh,
but
good.
I'm already seeing videos. People are running out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't run.
Yeah, but you've been to haunted houses before.
Yes, but still. Why are they running out?
Because there's usually like a doozy of a scare right at the end.
Ooh.
So people don't congregate at the exit. Have some tickets to give away. Joanna's going to have Queen of Halloween trivia coming up later this morning. We've also got tickets for Coldplay. Now, this is interesting. We don't play Coldplay on KLAQ. I don't know if we ever have. But they are coming, and it's going to be a huge show. Probably one of the biggest that we've had in 5 or 10 years at the Sun Bowl. Show is in June, but tickets go on sale tomorrow. So we've got a pair of tickets today. Those are winning before you can buy them. And during the morning show, still winning before you can buy them. We'll give out some tickets for the Coldplay concert coming in June to the El Paso Sun Bowl. Joanna is going to have our Hollywood Cheesemate. That's coming up in just about an hour. Do you want to give a preview of what's coming up in the Cheesemate today?
Sure. Gene Simmons was a guest judge on Dancing with the Stars the other night, and it went as well as you'd think it did. Now, some fans are not happy with what they're saying was the creepy comment Gene Simmons gave.
So Gene thinks it's still like 1982, okay? And that you can just say overtly sexual things to like 21-year-old women. And
he's all like, what's the problem?
And he's like freaking 80. And everybody said that he gave off some real creepy uncle vibes.
creepy uncle vibes. That is a good way of putting it. I'll let you know what he said in entertainment.
All right, we'll have that coming up. Happy birthday, David Lee Roth, the former frontman for Van Halen. Let me look this up real quick. 70. So
70.
Hey, Dave, you happy to be turning 70 today?
Oh, yes.
Okay. How was 69? Good morning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, entering the arena with a styrofoam plate of food, possibly a to-go box from Hooters.
Don't touch his food.
It's
Buzz.
Nico and Jimmy.
I see you eyeing it. I see you eyeing
Stop
my
looking at
food
his
already.
food.
You boss, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. What you gonna be doing about it? I said I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late.
It's actually a good tune.
There's no one else here, bitch.
You just got to get to that part.
That's my favorite part,
Send
yeah.
me that so that next week when it's just Nico and I.
Well, you mean just you for the beginning of the show, I guess.
No, because this is the thing. I know I'm going to have to show up next week because it'll be very important.
It's always a Nico. Nico, it's
It's
every
like
day that we do a show.
It's
It's
no, but see,
crucial,
you and Joanne are more than capable. If I just hadn't, like, if a car accident happened, you guys would be able. Like next week, though,
you would get
the car.
fired.
I couldn't. I can't.
You would get fired
It's important.
from any regular job that you had. You know that? Like the first time you show up late for work, it's like that's warning one.
Oh,
What does that say about us?
This isn't.
We don't care. Just
This
show
isn't
up.
a job, though. This is.
Oh my God.
This is a calling.
Yeah, if you love what you do, it's not a
Yeah,
job.
that's why I'm
Right.
always calling you at 5 o'clock to see if you're going to be in on time.
Is that who you told to wake up?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought you
every
were
day.
talking to some homeless person out there. And
No,
I'm all
no,
like,
no.
damn, Buzz is mean.
It's part of my routine.
Let
in
the hobo sleep.
in the 5 o'clock. No, that applies to Nico too.
I didn't know he was on the phone.
In the 5 o'clock hour, I call up Nico. It's like, Nico, get up, come to bed, come to work, get out of bed, come to work.
Isolate that.
Yeah, damn it, Diamond Dave. Shut up.
6:13. Nico, come to bed.
Come to work. Get up. Come to work. You gonna be on time? Yeah. You mean you're gonna be here before 6?
Sure.
No. he just says no. It's not gonna be before 6, but somehow it's gonna be on time. We got a lot coming up on the show today. The hurricane was really bad in Florida, and they do have fatalities. They weren't even making estimates to how many fatalities might have happened when the hurricane Milton rolled through Florida yesterday. We're running out of names for hurricanes. You know, we're down to Milton.
That's
Name
not
something
even-
other than Milton Berle. Name a famous Milton.
Milton
Bradley.
Milton Bradley. Okay, I think those are 2 last names, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
Isn't there a Milton on Simpsons?
No, there was a Milton in Office Space. The guy.
Oh, that's right.
They
Oh,
kept
Milton,
taking his Red Swing.
I want my stapler. My stapler.
We're going to have today in sound clips coming up here in just a few minutes. A lot of it hurricane oriented, so we're going to hear from the devastation. Oh, it wasn't just hurricane. So they were saying yesterday that a hurricane that big causes it spins off a bunch of tornadoes. So they were dealing with tornadoes around the hurricane in Florida yesterday. We'll have some coverage of that coming up. Mayoral candidate Renard Johnson is coming by today.
Oh.
So it is election season. We're less than a month away from election day, so we're going to start having some of the mayoral candidates come by. Renard Johnson, who is running for mayor, is going to be coming by later today.
The Daily Calendar.
October 10th. It's Independence Day for Cuba, Curacao, and Fiji. Island nations having a party. For the ladies, it's Handbag Day and Hug a Kevin Day.
Sup, ladies?
It's World
I'm gonna
Plant-Based
hug Kevin.
Burger Day. It takes 2,000 liters of water to manufacture one animal burger and only 150 liters to make it from plants. And it doesn't take any water to hug Kevin.
What?
And that's your Daily Calendar.
music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. All for
To start your Find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy.
El Paso's own live and local, The Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
We're about to get into Today in Sound Clips. Mayoral candidate Renard Johnson is going to be a guest in the studio later. Joanna has the Hollywood Cheese May.
Yeah, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, where the hard-hitting questions are asked.
Yeah.
Like, Nico, when are you coming to bed?
Oh, hey, what do you...
Old man Jenkins had a cat.
One day it ran away. What do you got for breakfast over there?
Why are you eyeing?
Stop looking
I
at
just,
it.
I don't know what it is. It looks
It's a
like
calzone.
Oh, I just thought it was like a bunch of dinner rolls.
I thought it was like a huge-ass burrito.
Did you get it? Did you get your calzone from the Low-Cal Calzone Zone?
That's how predictable you are.
We're going to have the cash code coming up, and this is the next to last day for the cash code. Friday, we give out our last cash codes, but every time you hear those, if you want to play, and if you're already playing, you want to get as many cash codes in as possible, listen for the code. We're going to give it out the 8 o'clock hour, and then every hour after that until 5 p.m. You got the cash code. All you have to do is put it in the appropriate spot at KLAQ.com or on the KLAQ mobile app.
Money, 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 money.
And I have a few of our $100 winners to congratulate.
Oh, nice.
It's Money Talks. The Q cash code pays. And we've had lots of daily winners. I'm just going to pick out a few to name here. Remember, we still have the $30,000 to give away, but these are $100 winners in the cash code. Congratulations. Arturo Prado, Ana Chavez, Victor Saavedra, Ashley Blanco, Haiti Jones, Blanca Flores, and so many others. Here is hoping that you get that call. The winner for the $30,000 is going to be drawn Monday, and will be announced once that we've confirmed it that they've got their money. So, congratulations, all of you $100 daily winners. The $30,000 is coming up on Monday, and we're all looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and get into our sound clips for today.
And now, Today in Sound Clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities, and we're going to start with Hurricane Milton. Made landfall close to Sarasota, Florida yesterday. As Hurricane Milton made landfall last night, Governor Ron DeSantis said there were over 100 tornado warnings in the state as the storm approached.
There's already been 116 tornado warnings with 19 confirmed touchdowns throughout the state, 9 flash flood warnings, and 4 additional flood watches, with many, many more to come.
DeSantis said there were tens of thousands of people staged in Florida getting ready to work, cleanup, rescue efforts, and more once conditions are safe enough to get started.
We have about 9,000 National Guard personnel between Florida and other states. We also have Florida Highway Patrol, Fish and Wildlife, Department of Law Enforcement, and of course our Florida State Guard. There was a lot of questions about pre-staging linemen, which is our practice here in Florida, given that you have a lot of linemen working for Hurricane Helene in places like Georgia and North Carolina. I'm happy to report that we have over 50,000 linemen that are in the state of Florida, and as soon as it's safe to do so, they will commence with power restoration.
That's what I was wondering with the linemen were. They're electricians, right?
Yeah, like the Wichita linemen.
Really?
The Wichita lineman. Joanna, you know this one?
No.
Is still on the la 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 la. All right, it's a Glenn Campbell song from back in the day. All right. There was an evacuation order. Some people heeded the evacuation. Some people did not, and some people heeded the warning and got out, but left their pets behind. And this is what DeSantis is talking about in this clip.
I mean, first of all, what kind of an animal would just leave a dog chained to a pole in the middle of a hurricane? I mean, it's just unbelievable that somebody would do that. And so I'm thankful for the FHP folks out of Tampa for rescuing the dog. They did bring it to the vet. The dog has a clean bill of health. And who knows, maybe we'll do some adoption, put the dog up for adoption, and we can have some people in Florida come and compete for it and take it.
I wonder if the owner of the dog is like, hey, I chained him to a pole. What else do you want me to do?
So he can't run from anything.
Right. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd is talking. He said residents who stayed behind, didn't get out, are going to have to wait until today to be rescued. He said last night, we'll see in the morning.
As you know, some decide that they want to ride it out. After we've gotten into this high fevered pitch part of the storm where people got scared because, as Paul said, it's night and the wind's up and they hear the crackling and the rain, they've called to ask us to come get them, and we've told them, no, we'll see you in the morning. We ask you to leave ahead of time. And now it's too dangerous for us to just come remove you from your home.
Yeah, and one of you left a dog chained to a pole.
I know. Just to add to that story, first responders in Florida say they've been limited in performing rescues because of intense winds from Hurricane Milton. Authorities are warning people in Central Florida that even if they call 911, they will essentially be on their own until conditions are deemed safe.
Well, here's another issue that they're dealing with, not only from Milton, but Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene caused a lot of problems with the IV fluid supply in Florida, and Milton is making it worse. This clip is Terry McDonald, VP of Patient Care, who told WRAL News that their system is having to take the shortage of IV fluids into account when moving forward, especially with elective procedures. If it's an elective procedure, they might have to postpone it because they're low on IV fluids.
Mm-hmm. Necessary cases continue. What we're really prioritizing is the care that really should take place in a timely manner and reevaluating elective and non-urgent care.
All right, so we'll move on to some of our other sound clips that we have for today. Where do I want to go? A man who allegedly damaged a police vehicle did so while wearing a banana costume. Let me take a look at this banana costume. There you go. Yeah, it looks like a cheapie from Halloween.
Oh my God!
Yeah. It's your basic $29.99 banana costume that you'd get from Spirit Halloween store, and he allegedly damaged a police vehicle. Here's Lieutenant Dennis Rosenbaum talking about what Shane Thomas, the banana dude, is accused of doing.
The man was dressed in a banana costume. He is linked to the patrol wagon for sure, but the conspiracy charge comes in with several other people were involved too, throwing items, and in the one instance they tried to set the police car on fire.
It was the rest of the Fruit of the Loom guys.
Yeah, right. You got the leaf over there.
Yeah.
There's grapes on
Grape
the other
guy.
side.
Wow. They're just throwing stuff at police cars now.
An investigation is underway in Spring, Texas, after some teachers were accused of giving elementary kids special stickers to put on their body that turned out to be sleep aids.
Yeah.
They got those?
It's a rave.
Here is a little bit of the story out of Houston, but this is Spring, Texas, where it's allegedly happened.
As 4 and 5, telling their parents they got special stickers at school. One mom shared a photo with us. Turns out it's a patch that releases substances to help people sleep.
That looks like, okay, so when I was in middle school or high school, they had us believing that there were going to be people, like drug dealers, that would give us stickers, and you're supposed to lick them, but they're actually LSD stickers. And that's kind of what they,
those exist.
What they look like. Right, but I don't think they understood the drug dealing model. Most drug dealers just don't go around passing
giving
out
stuff
freebies.
for free. Yeah.
ABC 13's Alex Bazarjian spoke to parents outside Northgate Crossing Elementary in Spring.
All right, and let's listen in, just kind of go forward a little bit. Here are some of the parents talking about, and they became suspicious because their kids told them, "Oh, they gave us a sleep sticker," and then the kids didn't want to go to bed at night.
She said, "It's a sleeping sticker." I asked her, "Where do you get this?" She's like, "Well, my teacher gives it to me for sleeping time." The next day we went up to the school, we bought the evidence up there. We filed a report. We did say we wanted to file criminal charges if this is something that's true.
He said, "Yes, Mommy, I get a special sticker." I said, "What does the sticker look like?" He said, "I get it right here on my hand, and it has the storms with the clouds and the stars and the moon."
Go to sleep, bitch.
Right?
They are investigating this, and criminal charges might be filed. All right. I got a Garth Brooks update for you. Garth Brooks was in the news because he is being accused.
Hanging with people in low places.
He is the people in low places.
He is facing accusations that he rapes somebody, and now he's facing heat for revealing his accuser's name. Garth Brooks is catching heat after his lawyers publicly revealed his rape accuser's name. They justified it by citing one of her filings from last week. Her lawyer put out a statement, though, that didn't pull any punches. So the lawyer for the accuser says Garth Brooks just revealed his true self. Out of spite and to punish, he publicly named a rape victim. Well, I mean, she's a rape claimant, right? At this point. They said it's because he doesn't think the laws apply to him. Meanwhile, Garth Brooks' lawyers cast doubt on the whole thing, calling him he's the victim of a shakedown. They claim that she came up with a, quote, malicious scheme to blackmail him into paying her millions of dollars because he didn't give her a salaried job with benefits. Garth Brooks briefly addressed this at the start of his podcast on Monday and just says that he can't talk about much, but here's what he said.
Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? This thing is on. It's going to happen, and people are telling me it could be up to 2 years, okay? So my suggestion is we all take a deep breath. We all just kind of settle in, and let's hold hands and take the trip together, okay? Because it is something that you cannot talk about. It's not, that's all we can say about it. So for those who joined us tonight to hear about that, I bid you a wonderful rest of your night, because that's the last we can say about it.
Yeah, he said legally he can't say anything else about it. His wife, Trisha Yearwood, broke her silence earlier this week. She tweeted a photo Monday of Garth singing to her at a concert in Vegas last month with the caption, "Love one another." Alex Van Halen released an audio excerpt of his upcoming book. The brother of the late Eddie Van Halen has a book called Brothers, where he eulogizes Eddie. Here he is reading a passage from the book.
It's been almost 4 years since you passed, Ed, but sometimes it feels like it just happened this morning. People always talk about that smile of yours, the smile of a little kid. It wasn't just the way you looked. That was you. Since you've been gone, I catch myself talking to you, yelling at you. In my head or sometimes out loud. I still have trouble believing you're gone, and probably for me, you never will be. But I was with you from day one. We shared the experience of coming to this country and figuring out how to fit in. We shared a record player, an 800-square-foot house, a mom and a dad, and a work ethic. Later, we shared the back of a tour bus, the experience of becoming successful, of becoming fathers and uncles, of alcoholism, and spending more hours in the studio than I spent doing anything else in this life. We shared a last name, and we shared a band.
That's Alex Van Halen's book, Brothers, comes out October the 22nd. Hey, David Lee Roth, you going to read Alex Van Halen's book?
Ah, yes!
All right. Here's another excerpt. He talks about Eddie's phenomenal talent on the guitar.
From the first time you picked up a guitar, my guitar actually, the resonance and intonation were unique. You could play just a single note and it sounded different, distinct. Long before people were going crazy for your finger tapping, the talent was already there. Even when you just played a chord. You always said you didn't know where it came from. The world's greatest guitarist is what everyone says. It's kind of a dicey title. You never liked it. I can tell you this much. Saying you're the greatest implies there are many more like you. But there is only one, Edward Van Halen.
Oh, my God. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Well said, Alex. Well said indeed. Right, Dave? Robert Saleh, the coach of, well, he's no longer the coach, but he was fired as the head coach of the New York Jets, was fired earlier this week by owner Woody Johnson. And I do want to stop for a moment and say that the owner of the New York Jets has what I call a double dong name. It's where you're you have two names, and they're both euphemisms for penises. So Woody Johnson, well done. Aaron Rodgers has been receiving a lot of the blame. Actually, Jet fans are probably happy to see Robert Saleh go, but especially people in the media are saying, oh, Aaron Rodgers definitely had him fired because he didn't like Robert Saleh. Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee's show yesterday. It says that he didn't have anything to do with his head coach being fired.
I'm not going to spend more than one sentence in response to it, and that is that I resent any of those accusations because they're patently false. And it's interesting the amount of power that people think that I have, which I don't. But I love Robert, and it was, one of those days yesterday.
Okay, so he says he loved his coach, and that it's just not true. Let's hear from Kathy Bates. So she was talking about a couple of things. Kathy Bates is on a reboot or a sequel, I don't know which, to Matlock.
Have you seen her?
I mean, I've seen her in plenty of stuff. What do you mean?
No, recently about Ozempic.
She's going to talk about the Ozempic in a second.
Yeah, she looks thin, man.
She is saying that her words were taken out of context when she said that she was going to retire after this TV show, Matlock. She says she realized some of the comments might have been taken that way, but she wanted to address that issue.
I'm so lucky. I'm so glad to have had this opportunity at the end of my career. I think people got confused and thought I was going to retire and everything. What I meant was, how can it get any better? And I don't want it to end. And I love it so much.
Kathy Bates opened up about losing some weight after using... Now, this says the controversial drug Ozempic. Joanna, would you agree that Ozempic is a controversial drug?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I have to impress upon people out there that, this was hard work for me. But I was determined, and that's the word I used for myself. I was absolutely determined that I wasn't going to gain the weight back and that I was going to continue to lose, and that's what I did.
Why did you throw it to Joanna like she was? That was the weirdest.
We've been talking about Ozempic, she and I, a lot off the air.
How we want Ozempic.
Yeah.
Oh, off air, you guys have been talking about it?
Well, one of our doctors just said, "Oh yeah, I can write you a prescription for that, no problem." And another one of our doctors said,
"No."
Said, Joanna, you can lose the weight yourself.
Joanna's doctor said, "You can do it with diet and exercise." And my doctor took one look at me and said, "I'll write that right up for you." KLAQ Haunted House of Terror opens tonight. It's going to be open through the weekend with extended hours on Friday and Saturday. That includes Sunday. We're going to have the haunted house open back to 7 to 10 on Sunday. So get ready, get in the mood for Halloween. It's time to get scared. Joanna's going to be at the haunted house this weekend, she said.
She fell in love with a demon from hell.
I love you, honey.
What are you talking about? I'm a demon from hell, woman.
Oh.
You know I was like this when you married me.
Yes, but I just figured I would change you.
Oh, come on. I'm a demon from hell.
That doesn't mean you have to be a grumpy Gus all the time.
Look, just bring forth my doom spawn from your stink crevice.
Oh, such a charmer.
Yeah.
Kiss me.
Not gonna do it.
Come on.
Demon from hell.
Little kiss.
Hell to the no.
Come here, you bad boy.
You're in my personal space right now.
Pucker up.
Ow, hey.
Pucker up.
No means no.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Oh, ice cold beer on a big screen? Chupa lo que quieras. Ojos Locos Sports Cantina, La Casa del Balón.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Got to get indoors and Border City Ale House. Border City Ale House hosts the 600 ESPN El Paso Monday Night Football watch parties with Steve Kaplowitz. So remember, you can always go and have a great time for Monday Night Football at Border City Ale House. There's been some calls coming in. I'm just going to kind of dip into it here and see what people are calling about, okay? All right.
Nico, come to bed.
Oh, come
I knew it. You.
I call Nico in the morning. I'm like, Nico, come to work. Get out of bed. Obviously, I misspoke.
This says otherwise.
In the 5 o'clock hour, I call up Nico. It's like, Nico, get up. Come to bed. Come to bed. I misspoke.
You're welcome.
You need to put the Babe one right before that.
I'm trying to find the.
When I said I was in Beijing during the Tiananmen Square massacre, I misspoke.
All right, Tim Walz.
Get to the Mo Show calendar coming up here in just a few minutes. Tell me what you think of this.
Yeah.
Halloween spirit.
Did you see the newest one that just came in?
No.
I'm playing it.
You guys, my computer decided to restart and update.
No.
Entertainment news may be a little late. It's barely at 28%.
Nice.
You got another?
I knew it. See, Buzz, this is your fault for Nico being late. Instead of give him a little nudge, when you're next to him, you need to give him a good shake to wake him up. At least you guys will get there at the same time in the morning. So it's your
Shut
fault.
up.
It's your fault for Nico being late.
All right. There are going to be Spirit Halloween locations that are going to continue through Christmas. They're going to turn into Spirit Christmas stores.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Spirit Halloween stores just pop up, and whatever business recently went out of business, like an old abandoned Toys R Us or Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, but they never taken it so far as to go, we're going to get another holiday.
Well, there used to be independently owned local costume shops that would also sell party supplies. And I guess we still have Party City, but that's a chain. Spirit kind of ran them out of business because Halloween is when our friends at Party World would end up in the...
I loved Party World.
Party World, they would be open all year long if you needed to rent tables or, anything for an Easter party or 4th of July party, they'd have it. But Halloween was really when they made their bread and butter. It put them, in the black, financially speaking. Spirit Halloween just took that away from them, and I would imagine if it happened here, they probably ran a lot of those mom and pop costume shops. Now that they've run them out, they're probably going to just expand and go year round. I bet that's their plan.
And then it'll turn into Valentine's Spirit Valentine's.
Don't forget Martin Luther King Day, Arbor Day. 10 Spirit Halloween locations are going to switch over to Spirit Christmas stores, featuring things like holiday inflatables, decor, apparel, stocking stuffers, probably Santa suits, life-size gingerbread village. The 10 locations are all in the Northeast, not Northeast El Paso, Northeast part of the United States, but it's a test, and if it goes well, they're going to do this across the country next year. Here's what Spirit Halloween says. Spirit Christmas is a new concept. Really? I would have sworn it's been around like 2,000 years. And we're hopeful it will resonate with our customers. Our goal is to create a festive retail experience that captures the spirit of the season, much like we do Halloween. I guess also it provides a couple extra months' work for people who got, work at the Spirit as a side gig.
Seasonal means all year long, baby.
Let's go ahead and get to our Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events. We have a very, very busy schedule today. Our political season is starting. We're going to talk to mayoral candidate Renard Johnson today, and then tomorrow, city councilman. Well, he had to resign as city councilman, but running for mayor Brian Kennedy is going to be on tomorrow. Today,
because you are the kingmaker of El Paso, Buzz.
Right.
This is the show where people come for the real interviews.
Make it or break it right here.
Yeah.
Today is October the 10th. Today's Hug a Drummer Day. National Cake Decorating Day. Joanna, do you get into shows about cake?
Yes.
Oh, just this past weekend, my brother was showing our family, is it cake? Videos.
Oh, is it cake?
Yeah. There's a bunch on YouTube, though, like independently done.
Yeah. I think that's how they came up with the idea for the show.
Today is
Also, Joanna, yesterday Buzz and I got into a discussion on the AfterBuzz about pies because the Village Inn people were in.
Because we got free pie.
And then we were talking about, like, is cobbler technically a pie? And why is it called cobbler?
Yeah, what is cobbler?
The top looks like a cobblestone street.
Well, that was Nico's guess. So
that's not it.
I Googled it, and that's exactly it. He got it. Because it looks like cobbler, looks like a cobblestone street.
Okay.
Also, cheesecake, is it cake or more of a pie?
It's more of a pie.
It's a pie.
I want some cheese pie.
Happy National Cake Decorating Day. Today is National Metric System Day. Sorry, they told us in second grade, this is what it's going to be like when you're grown-ups. You're going to have to go by the metric system. And now who's laughing? Me, that's who. Ha ha. I never learned the metric system.
I know there's 14 grams and a half ounce, 28 grams and a full.
Today's
3.5 and an eighth.
World Day Against the Death Penalty is today.
That's a thing we don't really talk about. Like, nobody brings up as like a stance that a politician has to have an opinion on.
Are you for or against the death penalty?
But after I finished watching The West Wing, I was like, man, people really cared about what you thought about this back in the day.
They don't ask that in a debate. Are you for or against the death penalty?
Yeah, people could care less these days.
But they did back when West Wing was on.
Wait, are you pro death penalty? Or are you more of those compassionate Catholics?
Compassionate Catholic. Well, the Catholics, to their credit, are hardcore against abortion, but they're also pretty hardcore against the death penalty too. Maybe not every Catholic, but the Pope's stance has always been. So I would say I'm less for it after I realized, this guy was on death row for 30 years.
Oh, that we make mistakes.
Yeah. I'm sure that we have put to death somebody who didn't do the thing they were accused of doing, and I can't feel too comfortable about that. Lizzie Hale, the lead singer of Hailstorm, is having a birthday today. She's 41. Semi-retired NASCAR driver, one of the most famous, Dale Earnhardt Jr., turns 50 today.
Woo!
And Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell is having a birthday. He's 51. And according to a commercial, I guess he's going to be in El Paso for a charity event. Have you heard that, Joanna?
He is, yeah. You know who's going to be co-hosting with him?
You?
No.
Is it Iris?
No, our good friend Stephanie Weigand.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Uh-oh.
Our good, close personal friend.
Will Sparks Fly? Is it a dance, like a Dancing with the Stars type of thing?
Yes, I think it is.
If she gets to dance with Mario Lopez, how cool would that be?
If he gets to dance with her, that's what I'm saying. Retired Green Bay Packers quarterback Brett Favre.
And criminal.
And, he hasn't been convicted of anything, but apparently he stole a bunch of welfare money. Brett Favre is 55 today. Also turning 55, Wendy McClendon Covey, the mom on the Goldbergs, and one of the deputies on Reno 911.
That's how I'll always remember her.
As Reno 911?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. Bradley Whitford, you know him from The West Wing.
Yeah.
Who did he play?
Josh Lyman.
Yeah.
Deputy Chief of Staff to Leo McGarry.
Bradley Whitford, 65 today.
That cast was just really all-star. Allison Janney, Bradley Whitford.
Academy Award winner Allison Janney.
And Rob Lowe.
Oh, yeah. And Michael J. Fox.
No.
Oh, that was Spin City. I didn't watch either one of them. British actor Charles Dance, who was Tywin Lannister on Game of Thrones. He's 78 today.
I was just watching something where he plays a pope. I think it's called the Serpent Queen.
Oh, haven't seen that. But he was the bad guy who might have also been the devil in The Golden Child, the Eddie Murphy movie.
Yep.
Brother Numsy. he was
Numsy.
Brother Numsy. And Ben Vereen, legendary Broadway star and star of stage and screen.
Is that Ben Vereen?
Ben Vereen is 78 today. And it's been 20 years ago, in 2004, the world mourned the passing of Christopher Reeve, who'd played Superman. And about 10 years before that, he was in a horse riding accident, left him paralyzed from the neck down. They got a special going on CNN right now about the life of Christopher Reeve.
Oh, nice. Joanna, was Ben Vereen in Golden Girls? I'm pretty sure he was.
Who is Ben what?
Ben Vereen.
He's a
Tony Award winning
from Roots.
actor. He was Chicken George in Roots. That's true.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that he was in an episode.
Yeah.
And David Lee Roth is 70 today. So
you were just talking about him.
Yeah, David Lee Roth of Van Halen turned 70 years old. We would interview Roth, and he would just slam Sammy Hagar up one side, down the other. Then we'd interview Sammy Hagar, and it just the same
back
thing.
And forth.
They just hated each other. One of my favorite things, and I'm just going to play with it, fiddle with it a little bit, is my David Lee Roth soundboard. So they took the isolated vocals from Van Halen songs and just isolated Dave's screams, I guess. Just so much raw emotion that he puts into every. All right, here's another one.
No, that can't be real.
Oh, it's real for sure.
Yeah, another car alarm. No one cares or even seems to notice. That's why you need the Diamond Dave alarm system. Scare off potential intruders with the help of David Lee Roth. With just a press of a button, Diamond Dave lets you know your car is safe. And if anyone approaches your car, Diamond Dave alerts your neighbors with an unbridled, passionate, melodic scream that only David Lee Roth could deliver. Never worry again about someone breaking into your Trans Am and stealing your cassette copy of Diver Down with the Diamond Dave car alarm. Also try the Diamond Dave home security system. And wake up every morning to David Lee Roth with the Diamond Dave alarm clock. Protect your property, protect your family, and get up on time with the Diamond Dave alarm system. David Lee Roth, shouldn't everyone have a Diamond Dave alarm system? You betcha. Diamond Dave Alarm Systems.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
Live and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
All right, coming up this hour, mayoral candidate Renard Johnson is going to come by. We're going to talk to another mayoral candidate tomorrow on the show. It's just that political season. I got 3 random facts on the way for you, and I was hoping to get some product reviews of some pretty interesting. Let me just preview this for you, okay? $5,000 pants that have an exoskeleton that gives you 40% more leg strength.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, $5,000. I better be able to dunk like from the free throw line for that kind of money.
I feel like anything helps you.
How about an exercise pill that you take and it has some of the same effects, according to the scientist who developed it, of running a 10K?
Oh, you mean Ozempic?
No. This is, boy, wouldn't that be great if you could just pop a pill and that's your exercise
for the day?
Yeah. According to these scientists in Denmark, they got that.
Don't people die from 10Ks, though?
Do people die doing everything? What are you talking about? No, people are probably much healthier if they run, if that's a hobby instead of our hobbies, which are, smoking and drinking for the most part. Those 10K people are way ahead of us.
Yo, good morning. LA Neighborhood Line Crew here. So, heard y'all talk about Nico being late and everything. Nico, you gotta start being on time, man. You gotta start being on time. So I can't back you up anymore, man. You just gotta be on time. Please.
I think he's the line cook guy, and he says that he's late for work too. But it looks like he's
had to turn his
turn over a new leaf.
Don't let them be ragging on for you. And okay, I got a question. Why do people feel the need to go into a restaurant 5 minutes before they close? Can somebody answer me, please? I know technically we are still open, but 5 minutes before we close, people, come on. Yeah, we're still open. That is BS. Someone please give me a solid answer, not no half-assed answer. Come on. Thank you.
All right.
Y'all have a good one.
Well, let's try and do it. If I went in and I saw they were wiping down the tables and stuff, even if it was technically before they closed, I wouldn't make, a whole restaurant full of people stay. But at the same time, the restaurant could have a policy of, like, for that last hour, you just tell people, we close at 9. Say they close at 9, all right? Starting at 8, you just tell people, we close at 9.
Yeah.
You can't come in, but they
just tell people no.
But their closing time is 9. They want customers to be coming in till 9. That's your restaurant's policy. Talk to your manager.
There's some snobby customers who would have a restaurant they like, and they go, I want this now. If it's closing time, get something else. Go somewhere else. It's not a big deal.
I mean, just because you're a little peckish, you are going to make 15 people stay an hour later.
Now, if it was the only restaurant in town, could you see yourself be like, come on, I might be like, guys, I
any town in Texas that only has one restaurant in town, that's a Dairy Queen. I promise you. DQ. That's what I like about Texas.
And now it's time for Random Facts.
This is the segment of the show where we look at things that have been fact-checked. Very random, but very factual. It's 3 random facts. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Random fact number 1. Bet you didn't know this. The Oval Office has pressure sensors in the floor, so the Secret Service can monitor exactly where the president is, even when the Secret Service isn't allowed to be inside the room with him.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder if they had that when Clinton was president.
Oh, there's 2 people? Now there's 1 person?
Now they're going to a bathroom off on the side. All right, now it looks like...
We got a cigar sensor going off.
We got a cigar alert going off, folks. This next one, it has to do with science, specifically astronomy. I'm telling you both, act like mature adults when I tell you this random fact, okay?
Okay.
Is it about Uranus?
I can't guarantee.
I can already predict it's about Uranus.
Random fact number 2.
Okay.
Nico, you could fit 63 Earths inside Uranus. I told Joanna. I'm shocked. I'm surprised at you.
Why did you correct yourself just to Nico.
With practice, I think I could get 65.
With that attitude, yeah.
Uranus is so big that you could fit the Earth 63 times in Uranus.
How big is
It's
it?
pretty big. Random fact number 3. The intro music to Seinfeld was slightly different in every episode.
Huh.
It
Really?
Was, yeah, it was. It was composed to match the pace and the cadence of Jerry's stand-up, which is how every episode began.
Right.
And I want to play some audio video, and it's the composer, and he's demonstrating. It's not on. It sounds like a slap bass. It's actually a keyboard, and he demonstrates how he would make very minor changes depending on what Jerry was saying.
In audio range that doesn't interfere with Jerry, and I can use it modularly to wind in and out of his lines.
Now, I was thinking the other day about hair, and that the weird thing about it is that people will touch other people's hair. You will actually kiss another human being right on the head. But if one of those hairs should somehow be able to get out of that skull and go off my phone, it is now the vilest, most disgusting thing.
That's pretty fascinating, huh?
Yeah, seriously.
That every episode, he had to kind of modify it.
You're right. And so it shows the guy, he's watching Jerry stand up and he's kind of composing the theme slightly differently. Super differently. Cool. And we've learned a lot today, especially about Uranus.
These are just some facts that I learned. It was a maze. Everyone should try to learn something new each day.
Wow, that was really fast, Buzz.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Couple of things. Meta is coming out with a new version of their AI glasses, and they're supposed to be even be more amazing.
You mean the Buddy Holly ones they came out with?
Those are more the Buddy Holly.
They're like 6 inches thick.
There's a video of a blind woman showing how she wears the Meta AI Ray-Bans. She's blind, okay? And she says it's changed her life, including that she goes to the store. And let's just see. The glasses tell her what it is she's looking at.
Oh. Hey, Meta, look. What section of the store is this?
This is the dog treats section.
Hey, Meta, look. What kind of treats are these?
The package says Red Barn Protein Puffs Training Treats. It's a high-protein treat for dogs, made with natural ingredients and no artificial preservatives or...
Okay, I'm thinking about getting these guys.
Wow. Imagine if they could be like giving you shady comments too. Like, these are the dog treats, you dumb bitch.
Or look at her dress.
And look at that ugly dress over there.
Here is another one.
I can't, I'm blind. Oh, let me describe how ugly it is. But it's saying it aloud and stuff.
Also, you could really scam people. Somebody else did a video where they go up to somebody and basically your AI glasses recognize that person from their social media and tells you different things about them, like what their interests are, what they post about frequently.
It's like, remember that guy you were stalking on Facebook? There he is.
That is
right
him.
There.
A company called Skip is taking pre-orders for new high-tech pants.
You mean the peanut butter company?
No, that's Skippy.
Okay.
These pants would cost $5,000. They're taking pre-orders for them. But get this, it has a built-in exoskeleton that gives you 40% more leg power.
Did you say exoskeleton?
Yes, an exoskeleton.
40% more leg power? That's 100% more leg power for us.
$5,000 a pair. Here are the creators of the exoskeleton pants talking about their product.
The same way that sleepwear is something that you wear when you want to sleep, MoveWear is something that you wear when you want to move.
You can think of it like an e-bike for walking. On the way up, it really kind of offloads some of those big muscle groups that are working their hardest. We like to say it gives you about 40% more power in your legs on the way up with every step.
And then supports their knees on the way down.
All right. $5,000. I wonder if it would make you like able to dunk a basketball on a regulation size goal.
Yeah.
Easy on your knees, that's for sure.
I really think I'm going to maybe get the Meta glasses when the new version comes out. Finally, another product review. Exercise pills might finally be a thing if the scientists in Denmark who came up with this are to be believed. Scientists in Denmark say they've come up with a drug that mimics the effects of running a 10K.
Oh, my.
They've created a pill. You pop the pill, and you get some of the benefits of running a 10K. I don't have any idea how far a 10K is.
6.2 miles.
Oh, okay. They have not yet tested the drug on humans, but they've tried it on rats. You know, eventually the rats are going to become superpowered. And
you keep giving us all your medicines and drugs.
They're going to be these buff, yoked, super smart rats that are resistant to every disease.
They'll learn kung fu. They'll teach radioactive turtles.
Let's listen in as the scientist in Denmark talk about their exercise pills.
Don't feel like sweating? Rather be eating and drinking? Bork, bork. Introducing Florgenstorgen. Just pop the pill in, and you'll be feeling like you ran a 10K in without moving a single tootsin. Bork, bork. No hopping or spandexing. Side effects including excessive couching and Netflix binging and the urging to eat meatballs. Bork, 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 bork.
Florgenstorgen. Exercise has never been so lazy.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, all
eligibility and the vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
Old man Jenkins had a cat. He lost his cat one day. And when he couldn't find his cat, you'll hear old Jenkins say, oh, here, pussy, 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 where is the gosh darn cat?
Joanna is going to have the Hollywood Cheesemate. We better get into that pretty quickly here, but I wanted to throw out a couple more congratulations. The cash code has been going on for a few weeks. This is today and tomorrow. That's it for the cash code. And we're going to award the $30,000 on Monday. But let me just name a few of the $100 daily winners that we've gotten. Congratulations, Irene Lewis, Margarita Garcia, Robert Montoya, and Anna Chavez, all some of our $100 daily winners. The $30,000 winner is going to be, we're going to pull that name on Monday, and once we've confirmed everything and squared everything away, we'll make that announcement on the air. So next hour, we're going to have the first cash code of the day. Then we're going to have one per hour through 5 p.m. Enter those cash codes, as many as you can. It's crunch time. We're almost to the end. And you can enter those on the KLAQ mobile app or KLAQ.com. Look for the money bag icon on both of those. And you can, you can still get your name in there and increase your chances of winning $100 or even $30,000.
Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mix. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mix. Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Mix. Joanna Chiller's more.
Time for our Hollywood Cheesemate. That's Joanna's Entertainment News Report. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning.
Did you get your computer working again?
It is still annoying
Buggy?
the F out of me.
Yeah. I've been there.
I've been yelling at it this whole time.
Yeah.
Do your job, computer.
Get to work.
I feel you, sister. I know what it's like.
But I can do this. I can do this.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning. Hugh Jackman has announced that he's putting on a 12-concert residency at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. He'll reportedly be performing a career retrospective. Well, he'll be performing songs from some of his hit movies like The Boy from Oz, The Greatest Showman, and his Broadway run of The Music Man. A press release also hints that Hugh will be performing surprises from his career as well. The series From New York with Love kicks off on January January 24th and will run on select weekends in April, May, June, July, and August.
Oh, people pay top dollar to go see Hugh Jackman
I totally would.
sing and dance.
By himself?
He's the consummate showman. He does it all.
Yeah.
He sings, he
Totally,
dances, he macrames.
Yeah,
He's
but
going to be doing it till he's
Do you wanna-
90.
but on stage by himself? Like
No, not by
No.
himself.
Uh,
I'm
you
sure
know.
he'll have like
You
people,
think?
backup dancers, backup singers, a whole show. Maybe
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Maybe when he does Greatest Showman tunes, some of the castmates will come out for that.
Do you think he was
Zendaya?
Zendaya?
Do you think he was inspired by Taylor Swift's Eras tour?
Maybe. Who knows?
Do you want me to play a little bit of his announcement?
Oh yeah, you have that.
Yeah, I sure do.
Isn't it?
A little over 2 years ago, Ryan sat in this very seat and announced to the world that I'd be coming back for Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was the time of my life. And I've been wondering what comes next. Hey, Ryan, you want to come to one of my live performances at Radio City Music Hall?
Wait, you're going to be like singing and dancing and joking live?
Yep.
Am I going to be in it?
On stage, no, but in my heart, yeah.
Let's see what you've done here, Jackman.
Yeah, but Ryan, I need you there in the audience, and it is going to be the most amazing tech rehearsal you have ever been to.
I've won the friendship lottery. This is like-
They have such a cute romance. I love it.
Adorbs.
After celebrating the 30th anniversary of their classic third album, Dookie, all summer by playing it in full at their massive Saviors tour, Green Day have announced that they are re-releasing Dookie in the most inconvenient formats
They're
possible.
releasing a Dookie?
They're releasing a Dookie.
It was a big album when it came out. Man.
Yeah, it is hilarious what they're doing. They're making it in collaboration with Brain, and it's titled Dookie Demastered, and reworks each of the album's 15 tracks to play on a variety of items that are obsolete, unconventional, or both.
What do you mean, like an 8-track tape?
Yes.
Okay.
It ranges from nostalgic objects like a Teddy Ruxpin and a Game Boy cartridge to outdated formats like mini disc, hit clips, and 8-track. Do you remember hit clips?
Hit clips? No, do you?
Yes, it was this little clip, and it only played like maybe 15 seconds of the song. And
Oh,
you could
yeah.
collect them. It was great.
I know this is outdated, but I'm sitting here looking at a stack of like 30 or 40 mini discs.
Nice. It also includes a Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Billy Bass.
Billy Bass.
The
That
fish. What would he
each
sing?
Take Me to the River,
Oh, yeah.
or there were a couple more. Take Me to the River is the one that I had.
Each one of these objects will have one song from the album.
Yeah.
All 15 songs can be played now at dookiedemastered.com.
That
If
sounds
you're
funny.
interested in picking up an item for yourself, each track has a drawing for the opportunity to purchase it.
Is Billy Joe Armstrong still banned in Las Vegas? Have
I
we
think
got an
he
update?
still is. Yeah. No new update there. Just banned. Gene Simmons is facing heat for his controversial feedback as guest judge on Dancing with the Stars. On the Tuesday episode of the competitive dance series, the Kiss rocker raised eyebrows after he made several comments about the contestants' physical appearances while guest judging for the show's Hair Metal Night episode. Here is just some of the things that he said.
You moved me, not just with your gyrations and so on, but your beautiful face. You know, this is a brand new experience for me, and it's difficult to look at both of you and to figure out which one is more hot. Danny, I'm telling you, you're right next to somebody, one of the more beautiful women on the planet. She makes you look good, but Chandler, you fogged up my glasses.
Like everyone's just like,
What the hell was he saying?
He was complimenting all the female dancers on their looks. How dare
how
he?
dare he? Well,
But that's all he was doing.
That's what he was doing, yeah.
You know, this is a dancing contest.
Also, one of them was like completely shirtless.
One of the female dancers?
No, one of the male dancers. Well, the social media response was less than positive. One fan said that ABC needs to apologize and added, quote, "Why didn't a producer tell him to knock it off?" Another said Gene Simmons is seriously sucking all the energy out of the ballroom with his creepy comments about the female dancers.
Yeah, this comes as a surprise to Only people who don't know a single thing about Gene Simmons.
Right. I'm all like, you know who he is, right?
Right.
You know he's a creepy
And if anything,
dude.
what I heard was more tame than what I'm sure he could have said instead. And finally, are you looking up at the contestants?
Yeah, I'm just seeing who the contestants are. I honestly, I can't tell who the are these the dancers or are these the celebrities?
God, I don't even know which one's which. I just know that I want Ilona to win.
Oh, is that Anna Delvey?
amazing.
Go up.
She was like the first one eliminated.
Now she's so tall.
The one with the ankle bracelet was Anna Delvey.
I love that Anna
She's
Delvey got
cool.
voted off, and now she's just bitching about how
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars ripped her off and set
She's
her
all,
up
"They
and
are
all that.
poor."
Right. She must have been doing some squats in prison. She's got some pretty good gams going on.
Nice scams.
Yeah.
Finally, Gordon Ramsay does not approve of this. The celebrity chef reviewed Dua Lipa's viral Diet Coke drink. If you'll remember, we talked about this the other day. It involves mixing the soda with jalapeno juice, pickle juice, and a few pickle slices. And in a hilarious video that he shared on TikTok, Gordon Ramsay is saying, "This is terrible," but he also captioned it, to try what Dua Lipa was cooking up. Here is his reaction to the drink.
Okay, here goes. Seriously? Dua Lipa, for God's sake, girl! You'll ruin your vocal cords.
He does not approve.
What's the concoction again? Diet Coke.
Diet
I know.
Coke. You mix it with some jalapeno juice, pickle juice, and then you add a few pickle slices to it.
Ugh. If you want to drink something that disgusting, just get a Mountain Dew.
Lipa left a cheeky comment on the video saying, "Gordon, you're getting lost in the sauce." While Lipa did not have any tips for Ramsay on how to construct the drink, a few people in the comment section did, and they insisted that he just added too much jalapeno and pickle juice to his beverage.
Do you know, like for a year and a half, I thought Dua Lipa was an app that would teach you a different language.
That's Duolingo. But I can see the confusion, yes.
Yeah.
And with your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
Mayoral candidate Renard Johnson on the way this morning. Here's your late night roundup, which Joanna puts together before the show ever starts. While you're still sleeping, Joanna is putting together your late night roundup. Here we go.
Domino's has announced it'll relaunch its emergency pizza program. Although, what kind of emergency requires a Domino's pizza? Yeah, help, I'm super stoned and I forgot what drywall tastes like.
More than 129,000 Ram trucks are being recalled due to faulty turn signals. Yeah, meanwhile, Kia is like, whoa, your car's turn?
The New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh. Wait, you're telling me this whole time the Jets had a coach?
Uber is now offering shuttle rides from Manhattan to LaGuardia Airport for $18. Ooh. Huge news, yeah. Uber has finally invented the bus.
Artist interviews, Zoom music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock.
Ages 21 and over. See Speaking Rock's Facebook for more info.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
We got out of sync this week on doing the AfterBuzz, so we didn't record it on Tuesday, but we did do one yesterday, so that one's available.
That one is available.
Now, are we going to do another one today, or are we just going to say one is good enough for this week?
I think we'll do one this week, and when we get back, when you get back, we'll be ready to start. Start back on everything.
I'm going out of town for a few days, but I'll be here.
You leave tomorrow, right? Or are you going to be here for the show, right?
Tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to be on the show tomorrow. I mean, it's the final day of the cash code. How could I miss that?
Padilla messaged us in our app chat, and he says, do y'all exclude Trump supporters from winning the cash code game?
No. I'm not sure Padilla can remember 3 digits, though.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my God. That was...
He might be a little sensitive from yesterday.
Was it yesterday that we went through all that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, that was a dumb question, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're just going to turn around and buy like one of his watches or his Bible. Oh my God, did you hear the Trump Bible that was selling for $60 made in China for $3?
I don't think people would care, though, do they?
I don't know. It's the God Bless America Bible
the
with
Lee
a flag
Greenwood.
and Lee Greenwood there, and it's, you know, I guess some people bought it. Made in China for $3.
Trump supporters.
Trump is probably
twist
furious that they paid $3.
What?
I told him no more than $1.50.
Trump supporters twist themselves into a pretzel trying to explain away the logic that is Donald Trump.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
if he's so
everything's made in China these
Right.
days. It's Biden's fault.
Right. But I thought he's so against China. He talks about being against China so much. Why not do something
Make
about it?
America great again? I know they have bookbinders in this country.
Well, it's okay when he does this stuff, but we want the other people to change.
Right. None of this applies to him. I saw that. I was like, this has got to be an Onion headline. Nope. The Trump Bibles that he was selling earlier this year, made in China.
But, you know, I never understood.
So that's like $57 of just profit.
During the first election, it came out that his ties were made in China.
Yeah.
But at the time, it seemed like a big deal because he was talking about China so much and being so against China and how we need to be, you know, making jobs here. And then you find out, oh, he's a big old hypocrite.
He's the biggest of the hypocrites. So yes, you can win the contest if you're a Trump supporter.
So
and
Donald,
$30,000, you could buy like 400 Trump Bibles with that.
Oh yeah,
or 1/3 of a Trump watch. You know, he's got a $100,000 watch.
He does?
I mean, not all of his supporters live in, you know, mobile home parks, right? Some of them have got to go for those higher end, some of those higher end products that he's putting out there.
Hey, so Donald Trump was on a very popular podcast this week. He was on Andrew Schultz's podcast called Flagrant. You know what about it, Joanna?
Yeah.
Did you see the headlines about this?
I've seen the clips, yeah.
This hasn't come across your news at all, has it, Buzz? You know what's funny, Joanna? Any news that happens in a sphere where people aren't going to be writing about it, I don't know. It's just interesting.
If it's not in the prep, he doesn't know about it. Okay?
No. There are news sites that I go to every day.
But like CNN might not have this.
Okay, well, I go to Daily Beast. That's one I go to. Politico.
So anyways,
Semaphore.
He was on with Andrew Schultz, who's a comedian, really funny stand-up. And there were some interesting moments. You want to hear it?
I saw one headline that said he was on a podcast, and he claimed that he's a very trustworthy guy, and the host just laughed.
Truthful. Pop me up.
Yeah, you're up.
Am I really?
Oh, yeah.
I have a hard time doing it to them because I'm basically a truthful person. But and frankly,
listen to this. Carrie Underwood apparently makes $1 million every time the theme song for NBC's Sunday Night Football played last season.
Damn.
And she might be making the same thing this season.
How many times do you think that is in a season?
Well, I think they kind of break it down here. With 18 weeks in the NFL season, that means Carrie Underwood is going to make $36 million between this year and last year. If she hasn't negotiated for a raise, Carrie said she does the recording for each year all at once. So it's like one day's work. She says, I do the whole main version, but then you go through and pick up all the matchups for regular season and playoff football. If you don't know, Carrie Underwood's intro changes based on who's playing on Monday. That's ESPN.
Oh, okay.
And then she says, and then I sing every possible combination of teams that could possibly maybe play each other, even if in the back of your mind, you're like, I know they ain't going to make it to the playoffs.
So she sings with a different version, huh?
Yeah, a couple of words are different that mention the teams that are going to be playing. Jets owner Woody Johnson says the decision to fire head coach Robert Saleh was his. That's not stopping the world from believing Aaron Rodgers was the one who made that call, but Aaron Rodgers says he doesn't do it. He loved Robert Saleh. Why are you just going to start reading the paper because I'm talking sports?
Nope. I was going to show you the headline from the sports page in the El Paso Times.
Jets firing coach traces back to Rodgers.
Like the whole world is going to believe that.
Oh yeah, I was listening to 600 ESPN yesterday, and they were just savaging him. It was like, of course, Aaron Rodgers was behind it. How could anybody?
What are the chances he had nothing to do with it? High, maybe high.
I don't follow it that close, But you're right. That headline is pretty stunning.
I'm not going to spend more than one sentence in response to it, and that is that I resent any of those accusations because they're patently false, and it's interesting.
Well, I think you
clipped yourself.
Yeah, I think I just clipped myself here. Yeah, in fact, my computer's frozen up, Joanna.
Yeah, my internet's freezing, Joanna.
What the hell? Uh-oh, we might have a larger problem here, Joanna. I think she's kind of out of commission right now.
Did you hear us at all?
No.
Wait,
I was on the phone. What's up?
Now my computer had a wig out.
Oh, no. Maybe it needs to update. Mine looks like it's working now, so all is well.
All right.
For you.
Uh-oh.
There's a trailer out for Timothy Chalamet's Bob Dylan movie called A Complete Well, I am frozen out of some of the stuff that I was going to talk about in this hour, but here's an interesting article from the Prep about whether or not your partner should know your body count. So body count in the Urban Dictionary world would be how many people have you slept with?
Yeah. What did we used to call that?
Your number.
Your number?
Yeah,
What's your number?
I don't know. I've never had that conversation. Well, I mean, I have, but does the person you're with now know how many other people you've slept with? A new poll found the average is 14. Does that seem high to anybody, or does it seem low to anybody?
Does that seem high to you?
For an average, for everybody, yeah, 14 seems real high, because I thought there were still plenty of people who got married young, only had sex with one person. That still happens. As hard as it is for us to relate to it, yeah.
14 sounds real low to me.
The poll,
like real low, like too low.
Right, now you're boasting. They talked to 2,000 people, Americans, who are sexually active. So if you factor in all adults, the real number is probably lower than 14. So I like that's kind of like, we talk to people who are sexually active, not married people. 26% of people in relationships said the person they're with doesn't know their true body count. Like, they might have talked about it, but they didn't tell them the truth.
Do you really want to know your partner's body count?
Nope.
No, right?
Nope.
Yeah, it's nothing but problems.
Exactly.
Do you remember that girl that we reported on before? She's like trying to sleep with the most amount of...
Like 600 people in a year or whatever.
She's already up to like 400 or something.
Yeah, she was just in England, and she had sex with I think 120 people while she was there. But
it always says people. Does that include women?
That's a really good question. Yeah.
Maybe.
But anyways, the article is saying that some father was jealous of his son because his son got to sleep with her. So the father drove back. Him and his father drove back to see her so that she could sleep with the father too.
And what is she? An influencer or just a porn star?
But imagine dating her and not knowing anything about her background. Being like, so
you're so sweet.
What's your body count? Yeah.
Ooh, and she's like,
well,
8,000.
For 2024, it was just over 600.
She's like, this year alone, or
26% of people in relationships say that their partner doesn't know their true body count, but most said it's because they never asked. So,
well, can't lie.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Can't lie about what you didn't ask about.
But 1 in 6 say they have lied, and it's usually saying a number that's lower than the real one. We got a couple of calls coming in. Nico, you want to grab those?
Yeah.
Here are a few more stats from the survey. 1 in 5 people are embarrassed by their body count number.
Not that chick.
Embarrassed or not, 19% say they wish they had a higher body count. But even more, 25% say they wish they had a lower body count.
Right, nobody's gonna grow old and be like, I wish I had less sex.
Remember at the end of Little Miss Sunshine?
I mean, maybe somebody
the
with
grandfather's talking to the grandson.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, have sex with a lot of women. Not one woman, a lot of women. There's a good chance you'll never be asked if this survey is to be believed. 62% of people said they don't want to know how many people their partner has been with.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
I wouldn't want to know.
That she knows a guy by the name of Snowball.
Oh, stop. You're doing the Clerks thing.
That's a Clerks call. Yeah. So, do we have some calls on this subject? Yeah, we do.
We do.
Definitely saw him come over.
Back in the 90s, a lot of people called the body count by a different term. In the 90s, it was often referred to as the whore quotient. Just to get that out there.
What?
The horror? I think it was horror quotient. Right? It was the horror quotient. Okay.
Horror or a horror?
I think he said horror. The hoe quotient.
Yesterday I was watching the coverage for the hurricane, and they had poor Anderson Cooper in the field reporting in the rain. He looked like he was melting. Then he kept going down and touching the poopy water from the sewers, and at one point the wind was blowing him away, and he he forced his way through the winds, against the winds, to go hang on to some palm trees. He looked like Goofy or Donald Duck flapping in the wind when the Looney Tunes cartoons. Those are the funniest ones, man.
Those are Disney.
Poor Anderson Cooper. I hope he's okay.
I was relieved to see that Boris Sanchez is okay today, because they had him out in some nasty business.
I'm glad I'm glad you played this and brought it up, because I had a compilation I was just seeing in my prep of all the newscasters who have been covering Hurricane Helene and Milton, and them being out in the weather and the storm just taking them away. And then I think about, they don't have to be there.
Right. There's no reason for you to be standing outside. We know what a hurricane is. You could show a picture of the hurricane while you're inside hunkered down.
Hi, Bob, I'm outside.
The one I saw this morning, the chick is all like, so this flew off a tree right now, barely missing me. And I'm like, girl, get out of there.
Get inside.
I guess Andy Coop got hit right in the face with some kind of flying debris.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Also, these reporters standing outside in a hurricane will shame people for not evacuating. There are still some misguided folks
if
that
you
have not yet left.
evacuated, now is the time to
Well, how about you, fool?
On the flip side, I did see...
It doesn't make their coverage any more accurate by being out in it. It doesn't really make any sense if you stop and think about it for 10
They could be in the weather room showing us what this looks like.
Here's what it looks like from a satellite view.
I will say on the flip side, I had seen a couple instances where the newscasters jumped in to save somebody in the middle of their coverage.
I saw that one during Helene.
Yes.
There was a Fox weather reporter who went and saved a woman from high water.
Yeah.
So I guess they could come in handy. But as far as taking your premier anchors and putting them out in a hurricane, what is that all about? And you really don't have any moral high ground when you're telling people, whatever you do, don't come out in this like me.
Are you fed up with your boring day job? Would you like to enter the exciting field of broadcast journalism? Then we want to talk to you. All across the United States, there's a daily, almost hourly need for people who are willing to stand outside in typhoons, floods, tornadoes, and hurricane force winds and do a live report on a local newscast to tell the viewers it's raining and or windy. The technical name for these people is idiots. You've seen them on TV. Now you can be one too. Auditioning is easy. Just stand in your shower at home with the water turned up full blast and pointing directly at your face and take a selfie. Then send it to your local news affiliate and wait for the phone to ring. That's opportunity calling at 175 miles an hour. Take your first step today into a thrilling, exciting, and potentially fatal career in television.
All right, quick break here, and we're going to have news with Nico Adjemian on the way.
A Washington State man has taken a pic of a flying humanoid. I will have the details next in news.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday on those people.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. You could have a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Here. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Local and loco.
Don't you know I'm loco?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
Joanna is going to have Queen of Halloween trivia. Joanna is the Queen of Halloween. And we've got tickets to the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror open this week. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. And we'll have that coming up. I wanted to do our other giveaway, though. And I wanted to go ahead and do that now, okay?
All right, what are we giving away?
El Paso, are you ready to rock? Whoa! Coming to the Sun Bowl. Whoa! They're going to blow the doors out of that place. Who is it? Coldplay! You know, I was thinking about some of the advantages of going to a big stadium show with Coldplay.
Nobody's on their feet.
Yeah, you can sit the entire time. Your ears won't be ringing afterwards.
Yeah. You'll feel relaxed, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a sleep deficit, this would be a great time to catch a few Z's. I feel like just let Chris Martin's voice lull you right to sleep.
For all the people who are wondering in the app chat about the cash code, we already did the cash code.
We did for the 8 o'clock hour.
For the 8 o'clock hour, we have already done it. Sorry if you missed out. But we'll be back at 9.
Here you go. Let's make it caller number 9, since you just said the number 9.
All right.
We're going to call it number 9 to win Coldplay tickets. Joanna, give me some of the details. Like, I don't know when it is. I know it's at the Sun Bowl.
It will be at the Sun Bowl on Friday, June 13th of next year. It's on a Friday the 13th.
Well, now you're definitely going, right, Joanna?
Oh, I'm worried something bad will happen, like a Coldplay concert.
You know, you jest, but people are very excited.
It's all in
Yesterday,
good
our
fun.
winner screamed.
Really?
She was so excited.
Oh, you got to record some of those.
Oh, Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, record. Just see if you can get everybody to
Yeah.
scream. So excited to go see Coldplay. All right, let's make it. Caller number 9. You want to call the studio, 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995. I mean, surely they've got some songs that are just flat out rockers. Just absolute bangers. I'm sure they do. Yeah, not that one.
Do you have clocks on there?
Yeah, there's a clock. There's a digital clock over here on the screen.
All right. Never mind.
Coldplay is the anti-Metallica. All right, Joanna's going to get that. Kevin, our boss, sent me a video to play. It's somebody, it's Kevin Guthrie, Florida Division of Emergency Management, and he is telling people that they're going to be getting out today to help people in the wake of the hurricane. But listen to how he describes it, and this is the Florida Division of Emergency Management. All right, you ready?
Do not cut any lines. Again, we do not need Florida man and Florida woman out there cutting random lines as they go.
We don't need Florida man or Florida woman out there cutting the lines.
He actually used the terms for Florida man. I like the interpreter behind him. It reminds me of that interpreter who was hired for a news conference but didn't know sign language.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get back into our news coverage with Nico Ajimian. Good morning, Nico.
Good morning, Buzz. Well, the trial for the man charged with the murders of the University of Idaho students in 2022 has been set back to next August. Brian Kohberger's attorneys want a change of venue, and the new judge in Boise moved the trial from June of next year to August 11th of 2025. The trial is expected to run through late November. Kohberger is accused of killing Madison Morgan, Kaylee Goncalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle.
We have got to get a document, like a true crime podcast or a documentary about this going on, because there's so many
twists and turns.
A lot of bizarre aspects of this case.
And normally that change of venue is hard to get for attorneys, but I assume that the jury pool is probably tainted in his community.
Oh yeah, people were calling into like a call-in talk show, and like everybody was just like, if they don't give him the death penalty, I say we drag him out and hang him in the town square or whatever. So his lawyers were able to request, I think they moved it to Boise, which is about 70 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to Idaho before.
No? Mm-mm. That's beautiful.
Have you been?
Yeah, have to drive up every time we go to, if you're driving from here to Washington State, you have to go through.
Natural beauty?
It was flat.
Oh, I thought there were a lot of mountains in Idaho.
Well, on the way in from Utah into Idaho, there was...
Yeah, but by the Washington border, right?
Yeah.
Very mountainous.
That gets a little bit more mountainy. Well, it turns out robots can keep toddlers active. Researchers at Oregon State University put toddlers in a room with a basic robot that looks more like a modified Roomba vacuum than a human. It can throw balls and blow bubbles. Kids were much more active when the robot was moving around the room and keeping the kids involved than people. Researchers say the goal is not to replace caregivers with robots, but to give them a tool that can engage with the children.
Just give that kid an iPad. You won't have to worry about them until they're 18.
This might be they might be a little too young. This is like still throwing balls and blowing bubble stage.
Do you know how
parenting changed for you?
How difficult it is for a parent not to just give their kid an iPad or something. And I mean,
yeah, what did parents do before iPads?
Plopped you in front of the TV, I guess.
I was a TV child.
I was a TV child. My mom said it would rot my brain.
Chores. Anytime we said we were bored, if my brother or I said it's boring, we knew we'd made a mistake, because immediately my mom would say, there's a lot of weeds to pick out of the garden.
My mom immediately, ponte a limpiar.
Mm-hmm. And she followed through, too. It wasn't an idle threat.
She actually did it.
Yeah. Did you get a screamer this time, Joanna?
Yes, but it couldn't record. We're having so many technical difficulties over here. It's upsetting. Ramon was our winner.
Hey, congrats, Ramon.
He was so excited.
Did he sound like this?
Because he was like, "You're lying."
Well, Variety has unveiled their 100 best horror movies of all time.
Got some issues with this.
You've already seen it?
I know it was a great film in its time, but the 1931 Frankenstein isn't scaring anybody, not even a baby.
I don't know if they're saying the scariest movies of all time. They're saying the best horror movies of all time.
Okay.
Joanna, have you seen the list?
No, I haven't.
All right. Do you want to guess?
Well, I have seen the list.
Oh, okay. So I'll just go through it then.
Nope. What should be number one is The Exorcist.
It's not
It's
number
not number
one?
one.
No, I'll go through the
Shut
top 10.
up.
How about that, Jonah? Just for you.
Okay.
Number 10. Carrie.
That way you're starting at 10 and counting backwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carrie's good. I don't hear a big
good, that's
exclamation point from anybody, though.
Good start. Yeah,
All
good
right.
start for number 10.
Number 9. 120 Days of Sodom.
I've never seen that.
Is that a horror film?
When did it, does it say what year? I think
75.
It was 75, yeah.
I know there's a book
I believe it
that
was
is
based
off.
on Marquis de Sade.
Yeah, the Marquis de Sade. Number 8, Frankenstein, 1931.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Not going to scare anybody.
All right, and the next one I have never seen before, or heard of even. Number 7, The Audition.
That's a good one,
1999.
Yeah. Good choice.
What? What's it about?
Audition. It's a Japanese film about a man who is looking for a new wife.
Ooh.
And he's holding auditions.
Ooh. Number 6, Night of the Living Dead, 1968. That's the Cesar Romero one, right?
It's not Cesar Romero. It's George Romero. Cesar Romero played the Joker.
I
on
know
the
he did,
Batman
but I
movie.
got you to
Come
say it.
The true Joker is Cesar Romero.
He is, yeah, absolutely.
But
the
George
man
Romero-
lazy and so lazy he wouldn't even shave his mustache. He would just paint over it.
That's part of the deal. You want me to play the Joker? I ain't shaving this mustache off.
Night of the Living Dead scared the hell out of me when I was little.
Black and white?
Not the black and white one, the remakes or the sequels.
No. Yeah, because the original, the zombies move so slow.
Yeah.
So slow, you could literally stroll away from any danger.
That's what made zombies almost more frightening was the relentlessness. And even if you got a
they're
couple,
not gonna stop.
they won't stop.
Yeah, but the same thing with the Walking Dead zombies, but they're not so slow that, I mean, they would not even be a threat, the ones in the original 1968.
Number 5, Rosemary's Baby.
Okay.
What a boring goddamn movie that is, man.
Really?
It is. Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Don't you think it's just really, really boring?
Yeah, in the beginning it's kind of boring, and then once she starts eating like the weird stuff, you're like, "Oh, what's happening?"
Is it the
weirdo.
devil? She's giving birth
It's
to
a
the devil.
baby. It's a baby devil.
That's baby devil, right? Number 4, Jaws.
Okay.
That's not a horror movie.
I wouldn't consider it, but it does make a lot of horror movie lists.
It's definitely a horror. People,
It's a thriller. I'm more of a thriller than a horror.
Did people develop fears of going into the ocean after seeing this?
I'm sure it elevated people's fears of the water.
Yeah.
What's in the water?
Number 3.
Peter Benchley, the guy who wrote the book, Jaws, says he regrets writing it because it demonized sharks.
And I love sharks. Number 3, Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah,
good one,
Psycho, you know.
You would put it up there?
Yeah. Hitchcock, one of the great movies, period, of all time.
The marketing for the
but
movie
it's
alone
not-
was amazing.
It's not scary. Not today. I've been desensitized by
You've
stuff
been
like,
desensitized,
like
yeah.
Bone Tomahawk and stuff.
I recently saw that for the first time a couple weeks ago.
What the with Bone Tomahawk?
The whole time I was like, no, they're not gonna.
When they string the guy up in the cave? Oh.
Good movie.
Number 2, The Exorcist.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
What is number 1? I
And
wonder?
number 1 on Variety's best horror
Okay,
movies.
don't tell me. Give
of
me a hint.
All time.
Give me a hint.
I can't give you a hint.
The killer uses a tool.
Yeah.
A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, see, right.
Yeah. Knife gloves.
Yeah.
Everybody's got one of those in their toolbox, right?
A knife's a tool, I guess.
No.
It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What?
The original, 1974.
Oh my God.
Is that scary?
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
No, not really. Maybe if it's maybe if it's 1974 and it's the very first time you've ever seen a horror movie, maybe it's scary then.
It just makes it seem so real when you start watching it. Like it really happened. And
Is it like
puts,
found
this
footage-y?
dread inside of you where you're like,
Is it found footage?
No.
No.
And then that noise from the camera, it haunts me.
You're telling me that the cinematic classic sorority slashers did not make the top 10 list?
Is that one the name of a movie?
You've never heard of sorority slashers?
No.
Check it out.
Excuse me. You in the bushes.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm the gardener.
So you're gardening?
Yes.
At the sorority house. Mm-hmm. In a hockey mask. At midnight. Slasher.
Slasher?
Why don't you take your slashing ass somewhere else? I was here first.
Wait, what?
Hello, wearing a clown costume here. Look for a hand.
Ooh, that's nice.
Thank you, it's new.
So that must be your rape van.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I kind of blocked you in with my rape van.
Dude.
but I'll be in and out.
Can't you just terrorize another sorority?
Look, I wish I could.
Kappa Deltas. They're all whores.
No, I have to kill Alpha Phe's.
Look, I've already terrorized them all day by phone.
Oh, that's why I couldn't get through.
Now, if some other slasher shows up,
Yeah.
they're not going to respect me as a slasher.
This is my own fault. I should have got up earlier.
You scared the hell out of it.
Sorry. What do you want?
Are you guys doing the Alpha Phe's?
Yeah, I got the Alpha Phe's.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So,
How about the Kappa Delts?
I got to be honest, he was just about to do the...
I was thinking about
Oh,
it.
man, they're horse.
Really?
Told you.
What a classic.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Is manageable. You identify EPI.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers. At GVILaw.com.
All right, Joanna has the Queen Halloween trivia question ready to go. We'll do that in the 9 o'clock hour. We're also going to have another cash code coming up shortly after 9 o'clock. I've got good news, bad news of the week on the way. Share that with you coming up here in just a few minutes. You didn't do the story about a guy who said that he took a photograph of a flying humanoid.
Yeah, forgot about that.
You got it handy?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Let me hear that one.
Yeah.
We're not starting up the news again.
No. This is just a story that I had teased.
This is the image that the guy caught. Okay?
Oh my God.
You see it, Joanna?
I see.
All right.
Okay. So, move over, Bigfoot. A flying humanoid is taking the spotlight in Washington state. Jeremy Garcia of Burien, Washington, snapped a human figure flying in the sky last week. Garcia says it wasn't moving around like someone with a jetpack. It was just hovering or floating, and it didn't seem to make any noise. Garcia was driving home from fishing when he spotted the object. He doesn't know what to make of it, but something it could have been a balloon of some type.
Well, I mean, think about anything that's kind of human shape, and if you filled it with, what's the...
Helium?
It's helium, right. If
Joanna,
you filled it with helium...
It has legs.
Like this.
Oh, yeah.
Does it not kind of look like a blow-up sex doll?
It kind of does.
That somebody has filled with helium.
It does.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're saying it looked weird because, it wouldn't move around. It would just hover.
Yeah, and it's kind of in that, that... whatever that inflatable sex doll pose is. Just
stop putting your arms out like that.
Like
this. Close your mouth.
Also, I used to go to these websites that sold, I don't know, just off the wall stuff. You remember when I used to do Z-Bay?
Yeah.
And then I'd be surprised when it showed up in the mail because I didn't remember ordering it. They had a human shaped kite. Like you could just fly a kite. There are so many different things that this could be. Obviously. Let's see what else is going on. We're going to get to these good news, bad news stories. bro test videos are trending again.
Brofest?
Bro test.
What's a bro test?
Yeah, I didn't hear about it the first time around. They went viral this summer. It's supposed to show if you're a typical bro or not a typical bro.
Oh, like a test. I thought you were saying like protest.
Bro test.
And it's like a bunch of bros.
So they give a couple of
protesting.
examples here. If someone tells you to put away a loaf of bread, do you use a twist tie or do you just tuck it? I'm a tucker. You know what I mean? Like, why go to all the trouble to twist tie it when you could just like tuck the bread bag under the bread, set it on the shelf?
Because air gets in.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Here's another one. When you pick up a drill, do you test it out every time? If you pick up you just squeeze the trigger to see what it's going to do.
Yeah.
So something.
And that if you do that, it makes you a bro, or it does not make you a bro.
You know, I didn't get that.
To bro or not bro?
I didn't get that deep into it.
Oh.
I got a couple of. Okay, I got a couple of.
And moving on.
Did you want to talk about something else?
No.
Thursday night football tonight. You got to watch this one on Amazon, I guess. The Seattle Seahawks host the San Francisco 49ers. Over on Netflix, the series premiere, yes, it's a series, Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. And it is an anime starring Haley Atwell from Agent Carter as Lara. Tonight's schedule also includes 911, Law & Order SVU, Grey's Anatomy. And Max has canceled Velma after 2 seasons.
Oh, thank God.
You know,
that thing needed to be shot and put out to
I don't throw out the accusation of something being too woke very often, but that was an example of just like the whole thing was just so freaking woke, man. Did you watch any of it?
Just wasn't good.
Right. The main thing is it was just not good. Also, I think it thought it was way smarter than it actually was, is the feeling that I got. Donald Trump's campaign wants to see an unedited transcript of Kamala Harris's 60 Minutes interview. They are claiming that 60 Minutes deceptively edited out her, quote, idiotic response to a question about Israel.
Do they get to ask for anything when Donald Trump chickened out from doing it?
He didn't do it. He said, first of all, he had conditions. He would only do it if he got an apology for the Leslie Stahl interview.
They changed it around. It was originally because they were going to fact check him during the interview, and then he said, I don't want to be fact checked.
Well, he ended up not doing it, but now he wants to, or his campaign wants to see the raw footage of Kamala Harris's interview. Yeah, I guess he's not going to debate. I guess, we're all set until election. There's probably not going to be another debate. And really the only things he's going on, except for, obscure podcast, are his rallies and Fox News and OAN and things like that. What is a bad habit that you readily acknowledge as a bad habit, but you are not willing to change? They put out a list of them here. Jump in if you've got one.
Okay, I guess. What is considered a bad habit?
Staying up late just scrolling through cat videos and memes.
Okay. I don't know why you had to just throw in the cat videos.
It specifically says it.
Specifically says that.
Oh, was this targeting you?
I felt attacked.
Is it true, though, Joanna, what'd you say?
Okay, I didn't know that was a bad habit, but okay.
Do you do that?
Yes.
How about this one? Taking a 4-hour nap and then not being able to sleep at night.
Is that on there?
Why are you just targeting me?
No, that's me too.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't get to sleep at night. Oh, it's because you took a 4-hour nap.
My nap went over.
Hitting snooze 5 times every morning.
That's a bad habit? What's the snooze button for then?
Yeah, I don't. Why are we just talking about us?
Actually, I don't even do the snooze button. I just set like 10 different alarms.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is bound to wake me up.
I don't hit the snooze button. I go, hey, Google, snooze. And it snoozes.
Okay, yeah. I like smoking, drinking too much.
You acknowledge
staying up
that
too late.
those are not great habits, but you're not willing to change them?
Oh, no. Is that that's what this is?
Yes. What is a bad habit? You know it's a bad habit.
I have those.
But
I have
you're
bad
not
habits.
willing to change.
Oh, I'm willing to change. I can't change, but I'm willing to.
Oh, you don't have the ability to.
I can change. I just don't want to. I will take my 4-hour nap.
Refusing to delete old emails. I have the opposite. I delete my emails
You
every
delete
day.
new emails.
I know. I go through
and
and
then we tell you, did you see the email? And you're like, I think I deleted it.
After a while, you just hit like delete, 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 delete. And the next thing you know, it's like you hit it so many times, it deletes things maybe that you didn't want to delete.
Joanna, I just taught Buzz the search function in a document. Like he was like, how do I find a word in this document? And I showed him, okay, well, you can go to this search thing. He's like, no, you can't search documents.
And did it work?
Yeah, I found his document.
Wait, I want to hear Buzz say, did it work, Buzz?
I don't recall.
That dude gets paid more than us.
But I was trying to show him that the our email has a search function too.
I've told him that because he's like, I can't find him. I just search for it, and he doesn't know how to.
Yeah, dude, you need to get on that.
Wasting too much time gaming. When people say gaming, are they talking about playing a video game, or are they talking about something else?
I guess it would apply to Dungeons and Dragons as well.
Oh, yeah. I guess, what are those tabletop
games? Yeah.
As well.
It applies to Royal Rush.
Royal Match.
Royal Match.
I think you spend too much time doing that, dude.
However much time you think I spend, yes, it's a problem. It's horrible. I almost want to make a PSA against Royal Match because it's addictive.
Have you been
like
tricked?
heroin? It's like heroin.
Hi, my name's Buzz Adams, and I'm a victim too of Royal Match.
I played for 4 months, and then I suddenly realized it's just Candy Crush.
Raise your hand here. Have you been personally victimized by a Royal Match? Buzz, put your hand up.
I
thought you were going to do it for some reason.
Joe, you remember Joe and Biani, right?
Yeah, I love Joe Biani.
Joe sent me a picture from his phone. It's that he had just cleared the 80,000th level.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
80,000 levels on Royal Match. And I thought, I got a real problem. I just passed 2,000.
Oh, you're
You're nowhere near.
Yeah. Not only is it addictive,
it causes cancer.
They also make it where you're so mad that you didn't get the level that you're willing to shell out like $4.99 for like a new life or whatever. Terrible habit.
How much do you think you've spent?
Like 100.
Shut up. You've actually spent money? I bet Joe did all of that without having to spend any money.
Joe, or Biani, call in. Do you spend money because it gets you and it's like, oh my God, I only left one space unclear.
And I'm out of lives.
$4.99 is not that much.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that is how kids get tricked into spending too much on video games.
And if you'd have asked me a year ago, I would have said only a freaking moron would have this habit. The dumbest of the dumb. And here I am addicted to freaking Royal Match. They should get me to do an endorsement, except I would be like, don't ever start, kids. Don't let these commercials peer pressure you into starting something you're not prepared to finish. Yeah, I'm really curious if Joe at any point gave in. Because I've told myself before, okay, this is the last time I'm going to buy this like the King's bundle or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna shell out $4.99, but I'm not doing it again. 2 hours later. All right, one more time.
One life away again.
This is it. It doesn't count because it's in the same day. So after today, I'm not going to do it anymore.
All right.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Got the good news, bad news of the week on the way for you, and Queen of Halloween trivia with Joanna also coming up in the 9 o'clock hour.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Led Zeppelin to Soundgarden.
For your type of business, easy and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
I want you to hear what this fool is saying.
And now, the big mouth of the border.
This is a whole other level.
Whole other level of insane. The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Do you remember we had a contest to win an autographed Blackstone Cherry guitar?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And then Blackstone Cherry canceled their show.
Unfortunately, they canceled their show at Rock House, yeah.
We still have the guitar.
Are we giving it away?
Pardon me?
We're giving it away.
Yeah, we're going to give it away anyway. So if you entered to win the Blackstone Cherry autographed guitar, even though they pulled out of their El Paso show, we still have the guitar to give away. So I will make that announcement right before the end of the show, right before 10 a.m. this morning. We're going to have another pair of Win 'Em Before You Can Buy Them Coldplay tickets to give away tomorrow. The tickets for Coldplay go on sale, but we're going to do it early enough that it's still Win 'Em Before You Can Buy Them. We got tickets to the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror. Joanna has her Queen of Halloween trivia question all set up. So, Joanna, why don't you get contestants? Give me 3 contestants.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm gonna put so little time on the clock. I'm gonna put like 5 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
If you do 10 seconds, a really fast Googler has time to Google it.
Okay.
The good old
You've
days.
already warned me. It's kind of a hard question today.
You would.
Which has me rethinking my whole life.
It is kind of a hard question. If anybody gets this one, it's much more difficult than the ones we've had already this week.
All right.
Good old days of radio. If you asked a question on the air, either know it or somebody would call their friends and ask them if they know it. Nobody would just go to the library and look it up. The internet has ruined radio contesting. It's changed it forever.
Oh, but it would have been brilliant to call from the library for all your contests.
You know what else it changed? The number of people who would call in and ask us questions about, who just sang that song. You don't have to do that
I
anymore.
still get calls like that sometimes.
They never heard of Shazam?
I guess not. If they're calling me and asking, what song was that?
Let's start with let's do caller 7, 8, and 9 today,
Okay.
all right? Caller 7, 8, and 9, here's the telephone number. It's 915-910-4995. That's 910-4995, our regular studio line number. And the tickets are for the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror. Our weekend schedule open tonight through Sunday, 7 to 10 tonight. It's also student discount night, so take your student ID and get a $5 discount, courtesy of Western Tech. For Friday and Saturday, our hours are 7 to midnight. And then on Sunday, back to 7 to 10 p.m. And as we get through the month of October and get closer to Halloween, we're probably going to be open extended hours. And probably at some point, we're going to go 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think Halloween falls on a Thursday, so we're going to keep the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror open Friday, November 1st, and Saturday, November 2nd, too. We got contestants. Do we have all of them? No, I need Joanna to finish getting all of the contestants. This one is a toughie. Speaking of haunted houses, our good friend Felipe Esparza talking about going to haunted houses.
I live in a gated community. The windows are gated, the back door's gated, the front door. I went to a haunted house in my neighborhood. It cost $20 to get in, $30 to get out. They had gangsters, thugs in every door scaring you. What's up? You want to get shot? What are you, stupid? It was crazy. Somebody socked me in the face. My girlfriend came out with hickeys and a cold sore.
It is the scariest place in all of El Paso.
Whoa.
Of course, I'm talking about the Gateway Hotel downtown. No, I'm just kidding. The KLAQ Haunted House of Terror.
That's more like McCamey Manor.
Oh my God. That's where we could have our extreme. We could just they're not using it. I think it's condemned. We could just use the
Throw
Gateway
you in
Hotel.
there. Let's see if you make it. Are you stab proof?
Do you dare to go through the hallway of Tren de Aguera? Woo! All right, I'm gonna pick up the phone calls in here, and Joanna, you're gonna ask the question. I'm telling you, this is a toughie.
You did tell me it was a little tough. I'm concerned.
Here's Steven. Hi, Steven.
Hello.
Hey,
Steven. Let me see. Let me get something that lets us know that there's 10 seconds. 10's fair.
A timer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Joanna's going to ask the question. As soon as we confirm that you heard it okay, I'm starting the clock at 10 seconds. All right. You ready, Steven?
All right.
Joanna?
I'm ready.
Queen of Halloween, go ahead.
What is the name of the pub in Shaun of the Dead?
Need an answer?
Well, I'd like to. It's Sean's Pub. I don't
Is
remember.
it Sean's Pub? No.
Oh, no, it is a hard one. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right. Thanks, Steven. You can't tell. I mean, when you're putting them together, you can't. That's the first thing that always
This
occurs
is my
to
bad.
me. I don't want it to be too easy. I don't
Shaun
want
of the Dead yesterday.
Oh,
so that's why this one came to mind.
this one, this would be hard for. This would be tough. And I love Shaun of the Dead. I love all the Edgar Wright movies.
Adrian, question one more time, and then I'm going to start the 10 seconds. Go ahead, Joanna.
All right. What is the name of the pub in Shaun of the Dead?
All right. Clock has started. Adrian, do you have an answer? Adrian?
Adrian, are you there?
Adrian, what's the answer?
Hello?
Oh, no.
That's kind of fun. I mean, just getting to buzz people. They can't form it. All right.
Look at
He
that.
didn't even know he was on. You got to get them to respond to their name first.
Joe, are you there?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
awesome.
Question one more time, Joanna, and then 10 seconds.
All right. Joe, what is the name of the pub in Shaun of the Dead?
The Winchester.
Joanna,
That
is it
was
the Winchester?
less than 10 seconds.
All right.
It is the Winchester.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got a little audio here. Here goes.
Take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
The Winchester
The
is correct.
Winchester.
All right, Joe, hang tight. We'll set you up with tickets. You can use them this weekend or you can use them anytime through. It looks like November the 2nd is going to be the last day that the Haunted House of Terror is going to be open.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks, Joe. Hang tight for a second. Joanne will take care of
That
that.
one was hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. You know,
The
some people
Winchester is a famous name, though.
Well, there's a haunted mansion, the Winchester.
The Winchester House.
You haven't ever gone to that, have you?
No, but it is on my bucket list.
You want to go see the Winchester
I
House?
do.
You don't mind real haunted houses, Joanna?
No.
But you won't do a Ouija board.
No. There's no more Ouija boards allowed in the station.
Did you put up the sign in the hallway?
I didn't. Management did.
Okay. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
It was chaos.
Okay. There's a sign that just says, due to recent events, Ouija boards are no longer allowed to be used on the premises. Thank you, management.
Did somebody bring in a Ouija board?
Maybe.
I have one. We should bring it in.
You have a Ouija board?
Yeah.
Do you know how ancient...
It's a board game by Milton Bradley.
Right, I was going to say, do you know how ancient Ouija board magic is?
1937.
I think it was like 1910 or something.
Yeah.
It's not even, and it was put out by Parker Brothers or Milton Bradley. It was just a board game, and it's gotten this whole reputation. They made horror movies based on Ouija boards.
Which board?
Some people would tell you that Shaun of the Dead is the best Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, what's the other guy's name, movie?
I like Hot
Edgar
Fuzz.
Wright.
Hot Fuzz is the
Hot Fuzz is
best one.
I really like
All right,
Hot
let me
Fuzz.
throw out a couple more. Run, Fat Boy, Run.
I haven't seen that one.
How about the one where they befriend
the alien?
Did you like that one?
Not as much.
Me neither.
No, it was not as good as the Shaun
End of the World. Where they go to all the different pubs.
Yeah, like
but don't you remember that twist? It's like, wait a second, it's an alien invasion. Oh, sorry, spoiler.
Dude.
Well, that movie came out like a dozen years ago. All right, Joanna's going to get to Joe, our winner there. And when we come back here in just a moment, I'm going to have a true crime report. I was just looking through it and noticed that we have enough for a true crime report.
We have some complaints about the contest in our app chat.
Why?
Derek and Leslie are saying that it's not fair to the first caller.
Oh, yeah. You're at a disadvantage because any caller that's listening
could Google it. The other two could have Googled it.
Dude, it's an insurmountable problem. I don't know how to get around this. I wish I could go back in time and kill the maker of the internet. like how they in
Terminator?
Yeah, in Terminator 2 they went back to kill the inventor of Skynet.
I can't believe you would terminate. You would be the Terminator for the internet.
Right, yeah, because it's made it much more difficult for me to do radio contests. Nobody ever thinks about my feelings before they invented the internet. Did you have anything else?
Me?
I thought you were going to go into some app chat messages.
No, that was basically it.
Got a call about the Winchester mansion.
Yeah, I think you should go to the Winchester house. It's not really scary, but it is pretty weird, and it's fascinating to see. I had a childhood friend of mine who used to live in San Jose, about maybe 2 or 3 blocks from the Winchester house. So I got to visit it twice while I was visiting him a couple of different times. And I got to tell you, it's quite a fun experience to go through. Again, I don't think you'd be frightened by anything in the Winchester house. It's not scary, but it is a fascinating piece of architecture. It probably cost $20 to go in there, and that was like 25 years ago when I went. Wow. I imagine it's quite a bit more now.
Probably.
But if you're ever up in that part of California, up in the San Jose area, I recommend going. Highly, highly entertaining. Bye.
Joanna, do you remember the whole backstory on what makes it an attraction? What is it about the Winchester house?
The owner just kept building, so there's rooms that don't have anything, stairs that lead to nowhere, confusing like hallway and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the big part is why she
it
continued
was the
building.
Widow of the Winchester,
the rifle guy,
and apparently she was just so.
No, she went to a psychic who told her, yes, you will be haunted by all the victims of the Winchester rifle, and the only way to avoid this curse is to never start building onto the house.
To never stop building on?
Never stop. Did I say stop?
You said start.
Never stop building onto the house. So it's just like,
right. So
like for 80 years, they just had people building, I need a staircase there, but there's no room up there. Build it anyway.
Yep.
The old witchy woman said.
Well, it started being built in the 1800s.
Yeah. She was the widow of the guy who invented the Winchester famous rifle.
Yeah, like around 1860.
Yeah. All right, we'll have a true crime coming up here in just a few minutes. More haunted house tickets tomorrow and probably every day until Halloween.
Whoa.
Let's take a break. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show is on the way right after this.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
I was going to smell my driver rating right where it belongs.
Picking up Oscar.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Going to get to our true crime report. We have plenty for a very full true crime report today, and we'll get that going here in just a few minutes.
Everybody came up with a solution to your problem for contesting.
Yeah. Good. Caller 10.
Just have a different question for each contestant.
That's much more work, and I've told you that I'm averse to that.
It was a little hard for me to come up with a question today, so.
Oh, let's do that tomorrow. You will have another pair tomorrow.
If you give me time, I will have, 3 different questions?
I guess so.
No, I think if you do that, especially if they're as hard as the one today, you're just gonna burn through those 3 questions in no time.
Hey, it's no skin off my nose.
Thank you for the help, but you don't think I've tortured myself over this through the years enough?
I just
trying
want
to figure out how to do these.
I'm not trying to rub your nose in it. I want the people to know that we're listening, and I saw
I see your messages.
I saw your messages.
Change the question for every caller. Sounds great. I would love to do that.
Thank you, Stacy with a T and Stacy with an E.
Hit me with some of those. So you got a card pack of trivia?
Yeah, and I didn't like any of them.
Just hit me with some of them. See how I would do.
Which horror villain can be summoned by saying his name 5 times in a mirror?
Candyman.
I rang first. Candyman.
All right. Everyone remembers Jamie Lee Curtis's iconic role as Laurie Strode in the Halloween franchise. Who was her famous mother?
Michael Myers. Oh.
No, who was her famous mother?
Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
From Psycho.
Yes.
Her mother was a scream queen.
Her mom was a scream queen.
One of the originals, I guess.
Yes. In the 1931 classic movie Frankenstein, what is Frankenstein's monster afraid of?
Fire! Fire!
That was a pretty good Frankenstein.
Give me another one. Also, pitchforks!
What movie ends on the famous last line, "She wouldn't even harm a fly"?
Good.
Rosemary's Baby.
That is one of the options. This actually has options, so let me give you the multiple choice.
Carrie. Norman Bates said something like that in Psycho. I'm going to say Psycho.
It is Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I know nothing.
Give me one more.
In Midsommar, what title do the people of the Harga award Danny with?
May Queen.
God.
Oh, nice, Nico.
Sneaking in there, huh?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so I hesitated because the whole plot is they're there in midsummer, which is the longest day of the year. That's in June. Why would they make her the May Queen in June? It's like having Oktoberfest in September. None of it makes sense.
Yeah, that whole movie is supposed to not make sense. Why do they call it the May Queen? That's a good question.
So
that's that's our theme this year. We're paying tribute to one of our favorite recent movies from Ari Aster,
which very few people are going to recognize. I was trying to explain the theme to my family during the weekend, and my mom was like, "What is this?"
Just tell them it's a cult movie.
We're
in a cult.
We're celebrating my grandparents' birthday. Happy birthday to Irma Villardell, by the way, turning 90 years old.
Oh, happy birthday.
My grandma. But they were like, "What are you going to be?" I was like, "Well, I play the old man at the beginning who tries to sacrifice himself because they realize when they get too old."
That's not who you are.
You're the one
mallet one.
You're
has
the mallet
to
guy.
Kill the old couple who didn't really fully die.
They're like,
after the cliff dive?
Why do the old people throw themselves off? And I'm like, it's a pagan ritual. Like the old people realize they're a burden on society, and they decide that they'll just do it. I'm like, I shouldn't have said this to my grandparents.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you.
Once they reach the age of 65, they decide to take themselves out because they're of no use to anybody and just a resource-sucking drain on everyone around. Happy 90th birthday, Grandma.
Nana. I love my Nana.
Okay, but in that movie, they only do this ceremony once every 17 years.
Right.
Right? I got to watch that again. I've probably seen it a dozen times.
Okay, I thought the cult was a woman's cult or a female cult.
It's kind of based around the Earth Goddess concept.
But they have men and women?
Have you never seen it?
I have, but I was trying to remember if
You've never seen it.
I have. No, I have. But
there's so many weird details that you pick out.
You
got
to watch it like multiple times because every time you see it, something different.
I could barely get through it the first time.
Joanna, did that redhead bake her pubes into a pie?
She totally did. That's how she got him.
Wait, why did a redhead bake her pubic hair into a pie?
To get the guy.
It's
like psychologically?
No, they're a cult.
No.
They're like an ancient cult.
to the.
It has a lot of similarities to Wicker Man. I
It
don't know if
really
you saw that.
does.
Not the Nicolas Cage one.
Alberto's still wondering if he's going to be in the parade with us.
Why did you get his hopes up?
I didn't.
Somebody
Buzz
did. Somebody was like, "Oh, we'll just throw Alberto out there."
Which would help because
I was just
don't
talking.
I don't think in my May Queen costume I can throw candy. You know what I'm saying?
So he could be the candy thrower, but
Yeah.
he's going to have to dress in one of those like Scandinavian villager costumes.
Has that come in, by the way?
Yeah,
We got Nico's.
Yeah, I got mine.
Has what
Oh, yeah,
come
it
in?
is. It came in already?
Yeah, mine, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the boyfriend, Florence Pugh's boyfriend.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
I guess maybe I should say spoilers.
Yeah.
By the way, when's my Joker review going up? Because I'm really very proud of my Joker review. I thought that was top-notch work. If I
It's
do
going
say
up
so
right
myself.
now.
Hey, morning show. Buzz should be Cocaine Bear. I already have the bear costume. I guess.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
It's time for the True Crime Report, actual crime stories from around the world and across the nation. And we got some real doozies today. So buckle in. A woman was so mad with her Domino's delivery that she went down to the pizza place and did damage. 22-year-old woman in Florida named Ricky Holly flew into a rage when Domino's delivered a pizza she says was cold and uncut.
What?
Cold? Cold pizza's fine.
That's fine.
But uncut, come on. That's basic pizzaing.
Ricky, the young woman, drove from her home to the restaurant, argued with an employee, threw the pizza at the employee, and picked up the store's phone and smashed it. Someone called police. They must have used a different phone then. The police came and arrested Holly for criminal mischief, which is a misdemeanor. But she did spend the night in jail. She was ordered not to have contact with that Domino's location. She's kind of annoyed, huh? Do you remember the Noid?
Oh, the Domino's.
The Domino's Noid. She can order from different Domino's locations, however.
Not that one.
Teachers at the Spring School District, which is just north. It's part of the Houston Metroplex, but
It's Texas.
Yeah, teachers in Spring, Texas, are under fire for giving elementary kids special stickers at nap time.
Stickers are good for kids, right?
Kids love stickers.
These were sleep aids. I guess like a dermal patch.
Oh, like a transdermal
Like a
patch that
transdermal
can
patch.
help you, nod off.
Parents became concerned when their
kids were acting drunk.
Here's a Houston report on this.
As 4 and 5 telling their parents they got special stickers at school. One mom shared a photo with us. Turns out it's a patch that releases substances to help people sleep.
I did not know there was such a patch, but look, it's got like moons and stars and stuff on it. Let's hear.
Maybe you could use that.
Let's hear from some of the parents. They said what they were really concerned about was that their kids, first of all, that their kids are being given a sleep aid. And second of all, that then the kids wouldn't go to sleep at their bedtime.
She said, it's a sleeping sticker. I asked her, where do you get this? She's like, well, my teacher gives it to me for sleeping time. The next day we went up to the school, we bought the evidence up there. We filed a report. We did say we wanted to file criminal charges if this is something that's true.
He said, yes, Mommy, I get a special sticker. I said, what does the sticker look like? He said, I get it right here on my hand, and it has the storms with the clouds and the stars and the moon.
Just giving kids
Teachers
sleep
are
aids.
just like, here.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
I used to tell
You
my
think those are
nephews
OTC or prescription?
I guess it's better than choking the kid out to go to sleep.
Or giving them each a beer.
Yeah, or giving them a beer to pass out.
The patches remind me, when I was in middle school, they told us that, hey, if anybody gives you like a sticker of a Disney character. It's actually LSD. They're going to be adults trying to give you LSD. And
that sounds awesome.
Like that. I know. That's not how drugs
Turns out
work.
that's not how drugs work.
Right. They don't just give it to you. In Pennsylvania, an 18-year-old man was arrested for damaging a police vehicle. The reason this makes the true crime report is because the man was dressed as a banana.
Ah, he put the banana in the tailpipe.
He put the banana in the tailpipe? Here is Lieutenant Dennis Rosenbaum talking about the banana-dressed man, Shane Thomas.
The man was dressed in a banana costume. He is linked to the patrol wagon for sure, but the conspiracy charge comes in with several other people were involved too, throwing items, and in the one incident they tried to set the police car on fire.
Wait a minute, so were the other guys also dressed as fruit?
Like a Fruit of the Loom
The Fruit
gang?
of the Loom guys are on the loose.
Watch out for grapes.
Wreaking havoc again.
They were able to track down the suspect after his own social media post wearing the banana costume were later linked to his high school yearbook photo.
Do you think he'll be able to get out on appeal?
This is a real slippery slope, okay?
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah. That's good.
good, yeah.
That's good.
I'm writing that down.
You earn your keep every now and then. A maniac drove a stolen car through a school playground packed with kids.
Oh, no.
But the car was being driven by a 10-year-old.
By one of the kids? He wanted to show off his whip. Hey, Cindy, look at me.
A 10-year-old boy was arrested after he drove a stolen car through a crowded school playground in Minneapolis. They're not giving the name of the 10-year-old. It was packed. There were dozens of kids and adults at the time that could have easily been hit. Amazingly, I guess, no one was hurt.
He's a good driver.
It's unclear. The story says that the kids stole the car or got it from somebody else, but sadly, it was a stolen car. The 10-year-old in question has been arrested twice before for stealing cars.
Oh, the same 10-year-old?
He's been arrested twice. This is his third arrest for stealing cars. Apparently, he's a suspect in more than a dozen other cases.
I really like Grand Theft Auto.
The boy's family is reportedly cooperating with police and recognize that their child needs help. Okay, so that's good anyway. Ooh, they got video of the kid driving through the... I didn't see this earlier. Freaking YouTube. Now, of course, it's a 30-second commercial. Come on, I want to see the 10-year-old driving the car.
It's caught on camera. Kids on a school playground nearly hit by a stolen car.
He was booking. I thought maybe he was going like
2 miles an hour. No, he's going like 30 miles an hour.
35, 40.
Through that
Behind
park.
the wheel of that car, a 10-year-old boy. Video here provided by Minneapolis police shows.
Oh, he passes right by that playground.
God, I'm glad I watched this.
The car driving on the grass as frantic school staff try to move the kids
He's just
away.
driving around the
What
park.
is just as shocking, police say the 10-year-old already has a lengthy criminal record. He's been arrested for auto theft twice before and listed as a suspect in 12 other cases.
Oh, my God.
This kid's going to be the next Ricky Bobby.
If you're not first, you're last.
You're last. Well, I hope they get that kid the help he needs.
Or take away his phone book.
That he sits on?
Yeah.
I was going to say, or does he have like wooden blocks so he can drive a car like Short Round at Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? And final story here. A woman called 911 after her home was overrun by 100 raccoons.
Oh, my God.
This happened in Washington State. We do have audio with this one. She called police, called 911. Her property was invaded by more than 100 raccoons, and she said that she feared for her life. But here's the rub, okay? The woman has been feeding raccoons in her yard for the past 35 years.
Okay.
So you kind of brought this on yourself, right?
Rack City, bitch.
She admitted that she has been feeding the raccoons for around 35 years, and things just kind of got out of control recently. She said that the raccoons on the incident in question surrounded her and began demanding food even when she didn't have any. I mean, come on. Do you really blame the raccoons here, or do you blame the woman?
Where's my food, bitch?
I don't have any. Leave me alone. I don't have any.
Last week, the woman called 911 because all the raccoons started closing in on her, and she feared for her life. Police or the sheriff's deputies recommended that she pay someone to remove them, but one specialist said that it would cost $500 per raccoon to have them removed and relocated. And I said we have some audio for this one. Let's listen in to who are we going to hear from? We're going to hear from Kevin McCarty, who's a spokesman for the county sheriff, and part of the woman's 911 caller, and also a neighbor. So the neighbors are also concerned about the 100 or so raccoons.
She felt the raccoons were threatening. This is something you don't see every day.
35 years ago, you first started feeding some raccoons, and then when all of a sudden did it explode like this?
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago.
They were shocked. They had never seen that many raccoons in one place.
I've had several raccoons in the yard recently. My dogs have gotten in a scuffle several times with raccoons. I even had to take one of my dogs to the vet after tussling with a raccoon.
But $500 per raccoon to relocate them. They need to get that woman some help.
Coming up, exclusive interviews with Donald Trump and Joe Biden as they address the biggest problem facing the nation.
The raccoons are destroying our country. They're coming to our yards, 100 of them. They're begging for food. They're taking the food, and they have to be stopped.
You don't want to miss these interviews as they tackle the biggest issue in America.
Yeah, man, the raccoons, they come into the yard and they dig around and they're looking for food, and sometimes they crawl underneath the house and then they make noise and they live under there in the, what was I saying?
New exclusive interviews with Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
We're going to build a huge wall around every single house in America to keep the raccoons out, and the raccoons are going to pay for it.
Yeah, man, with the raccoons and
Coming up.
What did I miss?
Oh, I can't believe I missed it.
Did you miss the Buzz Adams Morning Show today?
I missed everything.
Just use the KLAQ mobile app. That way, you can listen to Buzz on demand.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. You could have a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.